Today I want to teach a strategy which I've learned is a really great strategy to help people take action in areas where maybe they struggle or they feel uncomfortable or they just don't seem to be able to take actions. But when they implement the strategy, I've learned it's massively changes their ability to actually do the work. Watch this video to check it out. So in helping thousands and thousands of people love exercise, you're always looking for strategies that can help them be successful. And there's a strategy that I call good on top of good. And the best way to describe it, and I'm not sure, maybe I've done a video on this in the past, hopefully I haven't, but I'm going to talk about running. And I'm going to talk about myself and running. So I love running. Like as a kid, I was Forrest Gump as a kid. I always loved running. So like I remember one of my favorite teachers at school was Mr. Darracott, and he used to get us doing cross country running every day. And I'd be running. And pretty much running's a movement that I've done from the moment I was born to right now in my life. You always see me running out there somewhere. Now, while I love running, do you know what I love more than running? I love running in beautiful nature. Like I think humans are meant to be in nature. And whenever I'm out in beautiful nature, the world rewards you, doesn't it? There's just something that, you know, there's a trust that comes with it. You just know I'm meant to be here. And I'm very lucky because where I live, not far from us, we've got these beautiful running trails. Like pretty much from my door, I can be on a running trail within 5 to 10 minutes, running in some stunning, like running between, you know, like trees overhead, and you come out in these beautiful views. Like I love running, but I love running in beautiful nature more. Do you know I would love running more than just running and running in beautiful nature? I love running in beautiful nature to amazing music. Like I have this rule when I go running. The first half of my run is music discovery, and the second half of my run is music that I already know I love. Because I love music discovery. I love it when you find a song that's a new song and it becomes an earworm and you put it on repeat and you just play it over and over again. But I also love getting the bangers out there that I absolutely love. And when I'm running on a beautiful trail and I've got music pumping in my ear, I just feel alive. But do you know what I love more than just running in beautiful nature with music? I love running fast in beautiful nature with music. Like if I'm on a trail and they're up in the Port Hills, there's this trail that goes behind the Port Hills. It's this rutted kind of trail and there's beautiful trees. It's very dark, and then you come out, you've got like the peninsula underneath you, and you know you've got pumping music, and I've got like one of my favorite bands, that song by System of a Down. And I'm listening to System Down, which is kind of an angry song. I'm running as fast as I can. That's the ultimate feeling in my life. That's an emotional state where I'm physically and emotionally, everything's just turned up to 10. It's the most amazing feeling possible. Now, what I shared with you there is what I call good on top of good strategy. And what we're really saying is, when we're thinking about the activities we want to do in our life, how do we set it up so we make it the most appealing thing as possible? So I like running. I'm going to go for a run anyway. But I've got to be honest, there's some days where if I don't get the conditions right, running can be a slog. And for a lot of people, when we're bringing new activities into our lives, we make them a slog because we only can focus on one aspect of it. But if you were to think of an area of your life where you have to do an action, and you were to think to yourself, I want to make good on top of good, all the bits that I can add to it that can make it amazing, suddenly it becomes appealing to do it. Like for me to go for a run in nature with music and run fast, I never have to negotiate towards that. I want to do it. Now, another way to think about good on top of good is we can look at it when we're doing the actions, but we can also look at when we're doing the setup actions. Now, what are setup actions? Setup actions are the things that we do to make sure we do the thing. So for example, when you're going for a run, you've got to set up your gear, you've got to get your thinking in place, you've got to set up your route and so on. So these are the kind of setup actions. And a really good example I have of that is my friend Sean. One of my best friends is a guy called Sean, and we haven't done a race together in a while, but when we were younger, we used to do quite a few races together. And Sean was really good at setting up the morning before a race. Like you'd wake up in the morning, you have awesome music on, it was just chilled, some really chilled music happening in the background. We'd cook breakfast, it'd be a really fun, light atmosphere. We'd all get our gear ready together, we'd all drive together. So the moment before the race was good on top of good. Now you can see if you can implement the strategy A in, like let's say you want to exercise before you go, in the morning, and before you go to bed, you actually make before your bed a good on top of good experience. You might put your favorite podcasts on. You enjoy packing your bag. You might write some cool affirmation that you find off the internet, and you read that when you get up in the morning. So you're making that process a really enjoyable experience. And then when you go out and do your exercise, you're thinking good on top of good as well. Now, why is this such a powerful tool? Well, if we can get good at good on top of good, we make it appealing to move towards the actions that will make us successful in our journey. And not only will we make it appealing, we tend to do it to a higher level in those activities. Actually, interestingly, this morning at the gym, I was doing a biking session, and I was kind of getting close to the end of the session. There was a target I was aiming for, but I realized I could get to the next level, and I thought, I'm going to put myself in a state. And there's a new song by the band Nothing But Thieves, and I put it on, and I set up good on top of good, and I pushed hard to the end. I took myself to a state that got me to a higher level in my training. And this is what good on top of can do. Good on top of good can do, not just in your training, but in all areas of your life. So have a think about how you can implement this tool in the setup actions, but also in the actions where maybe you struggle in your life, so you can make it more appealing to do those things more often and ultimately create a higher level of self. If you enjoy my pieces and you want to bring exercise into your life, you need to check out my book, I Will Make You Passionate About Exercise. This book is designed to be a step-by-step journey that teaches you the right lessons and experiences to guide bringing exercise into your life, not just for a moment, but where you get to the place where you have a long-term love of exercise. So you get fitter, you get healthier, you have great stress releases, and you feel amazing about yourself. This book has been hugely successful, getting into the top 10 in the world for health and fitness books. So if it's time for you to bring health and fitness into your life, go to Passion About Exercise, click on the link, go through the process, and you can be starting your journey of finding your love for exercise really soon.